Cindy Carmichael's front door is open. She stops, standing on the front doorstep of her little adobe bungalow, the one she'd picked because the exterior was painted a shade of salmon pink she'd never seen anywhere else, and the high white concrete fencing gave her the illusion of privacy, even though houses like hers were packed 6 per block and cost far too much for their postage stamp-sized squares of lawn, but, well, Santa Monica property values. Her hand is outstretched, reaching for the doorknob that is not where it should be. An entire 8 or 9 inches away, in fact, open on the muted coral-colored tile of the entryway, with its cool shadows cut into strips in places by the bars over the arched front windows. At first, she feels no alarm. She feels no alarm because she remembers unlocking the iron-barred gate set into the front wall, the key turning and unlatching before the gate locked again as she elbowed her way through with her reusable cloth sack of groceries tucked on her hip like a baby. She doesn't know when she picked up the habit of carrying her groceries that way. Maybe when little Todd stopped wanting to be carried anymore, but she'd already had 6 years of experience learning that was the most efficient way to carry a thing that fit neatly in the crook of your arm. But if the gate was locked, then she must have left the door open when she ducked out to the corner grocery to pick up a few things for dinner tonight. She's thinking something warm, maybe a pumpkin squash ravioli soup, because while daytime in Santa Monica still feels like late summer, it's the nights when winter comes nipping in, and she thinks it'll be nice to go to bed with something heavy and warm in her belly. Warm foods make Todd sleep better too, as ever since he's started 2nd grade, he comes home pale from anxiety attacks that make it hard for him to stop dissociating. And if she doesn't find ways to help him sleep, he'll toss and turn all night. But he's getting old enough to refuse warm milk, and she doesn't want to give him pills at his age. He's got a therapy appointment, she remembers, Tuesday. But today he'll be home from school in just 2 hours. And if she wants to get her pumpkin squash ravioli soup simmering in time for dinner, she'd better get a start now so she can leave it and finish her book before it's done. She steps over the threshold, reaching for the doorknob to push the door the rest of the way open, but then stops, looking at her own hand. It's the light off the silver charm bracelet that catches her attention first. It's a Pandora bracelet, one of those expensive ones with the unique charms you add to tell your own story in one dangling, shining piece after another. Teddy had gotten it for her for their wedding, and the first little hanging bit of silver is a marriage charm with 2 interlinked rings, while the last one is the pair of scissors that cut Teddy's balls off in the divorce settlement after she found out he'd been sleeping with 6 other women and had 2 other secret families.